If you're gonna be towing a trailer with your Hyundai Sonata, you're gonna wanna add trailer wiring. It's required by law. Let's break down that easy install. You'll need the tools seen here to complete this installation. All right, so we've gone ahead and opened our trunk. Most of our installation is gonna be done in the cargo area. We're gonna start by removing this carpet in here, just to give us a little better access to the cargo space. Next, we're gonna remove our rear scuff panel. We've got 2 clips on each side, and then also 2 clips down at the bottom. And these attachment points are identical on the other side. All right, we're gonna start with our rear bottom clip. We're gonna use a Phillips head screwdriver just to loosen it up, and it should just pull right out. And then on the top clip for our scuff panel, we're gonna use a flathead screwdriver just to pop it right on out of here. Then we're gonna repeat the process on the other side. With our 4 fastener removes, the scuff panel should just pull right out. We're gonna go ahead and remove this fastener here by just unscrewing it. And then we've got a small panel here that we can pop out. We're gonna set these aside because we'll be installing them back. And we're gonna repeat that process on the other side. On this vehicle, I'd like to run the 4 flat wire for our trailer connection to the outside of the vehicle. To do that, we're gonna remove this bottom panel here with 2 Phillips screws. That'll give us access to the drain plug underneath so we can run our 4 flat wire through. All right, with our clips removed, we can go ahead and peel our panel back here to expose our taillight connection. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect this taillight connection by pushing on the small clip on the outside. Just push in and it should pull right out. Now with our taillight connector exposed, we're gonna go ahead and insert the first side of our T connection on the trailer converter. We'll go ahead and just plug that right in. And the opposite end is gonna go right back into our factory plug on the taillight. We need to ground our taillight converter harness. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up here next to the taillight box, and we're just gonna put a screw right in next to it. Now that we've got our driver's side connection done, we're gonna run our passenger side connection. We're gonna go ahead and follow this panel line right here so that when we reinstall our scuff panel, it's nice and hidden behind it. We're gonna repeat the process on the passenger side by pulling back the panel, finding our taillight connection, pushing in on the small clip on the inside, pulling that guy out, and we can insert the other end of our T connector into the taillight wire, and we're gonna insert this right back into the taillight here. Now that we've got our passenger side connection done, we're gonna start some of the reassembly. So we've got a couple of different options to where we're going to run our 4 flat connection. A lot of times they can be stored in the cargo area, which is fine. In that case, you would store it behind a panel. You could bring it out, attach it to your trailer, and close the lid. That's great. In this case, the customer has asked that we run it to the outside of the vehicle. In this case, we were able to find a flood plug down on the driver's side. So we're gonna actually cut this 4 flat wire, we're gonna reattach it and run it to the outside of the vehicle because the hole that we're gonna run it through is a little too small to fit the 4 flat connection itself. All right, with our flood plug removed, we're gonna make a slice in it here so that we can run our 4 flat wire through it, and that'll retain some integrity for our flood plug. I'm just gonna peel these apart a little bit and give us some room for our heat shrink butt connectors. And then we're gonna strip them down, give us some wire exposed. From the bottom side of the vehicle, we're gonna go ahead and push our newly cut 4-flat connection through. We're gonna go ahead and push it up through the hole so that we can reach it on the other side. And we're gonna take our newly connected butt connectors and reattach them back to the trailer light converter over here. So now that we've got all our butt connectors secure, we're gonna go ahead and use a butane torch to heat them up and shrink them down. All right, now that we've got everything connected, we're gonna go ahead and start the reassembly process of the driver's side. And then we'll reinstall our small panel here at the bottom using the 2 Phillips screws. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and reinstall our scuff panel. Make sure to line up the clips, kind of feel them. Boom. And then reinstall our clips. All right, now that we've got our 4-flat wiring on the outside of the vehicle, we're gonna install a 4-flat bracket. This is gonna give us a nice aesthetic on the outside of the vehicle for our 4-flat connection. We just wanna find a good place, make sure to run it so it's not impeding with our safety chains. So using a 5/16 drill bit, we're gonna go ahead and drill a couple of small holes in the bumper fascia. With one hole drilled, we're gonna go ahead and insert our first screw so that we can get our bracket nice and straight in the back of the vehicle. All right, so we're ready to now run our 4-flat wiring. We always want to be cautious to make sure that we're running it somewhere so we're not getting in the way of heat or something moving. I'm just gonna run it up against this backside, and then we'll find some places to zip tie it up so that it's clear and out of the way and not exposed to the elements. Now that we got everything zip tied, we're gonna go ahead and reinstall our flood plug cover. Now we're ready to install our 4-flat cover. And insert our 4-flat into the bracket, securing it in place. All right, so that wraps up our video for the wiring on this Hyundai Sonata. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about the product seen in this video, or if you'd like to schedule an installation with a U-Haul Hitch Professional, visit us online today at uhaulhitches.com.